mean, as a Halloween fan, I feel like this is the only choice we got.
I totally like scary.
I like scary.
I like scary. I like scary.
What's up, Scary fam? We are back. I hope you're having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So, you all, I want to talk about what can possibly be our only chance we have next for another Halloween film. This is the only thing I think that can work. It's almost like it's an inevitable choice. But I want to talk about it and get into some details. But before we get started, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps. Make sure you ring the notification bell because it also notifies you every time I drop a crazy video like the one I talk about today. So to get into it, I was thinking about this last night. Like, I don't know why last night, out of all nights, I was just thinking about this hard. And when you think about a lot of stuff, yes, it's a lot of possibilities out there, you know, for the Halloween franchise. You can do, you know, a sequel to Halloween 4 with Jamie Lloyd. You can do a, you know, another direct sequel to 78. You could do all of those things, but, you know, to be honest, those things have been done before. I've seen people say we could, you know, go to the anthology route with Halloween 3 and do that. But I'm gonna be honest, I just don't see them going that route. I mean, we got the announcement with the TV series and everything, and a lot of you guys have been asking me the question that, okay, since we have the TV series, will we ever get Michael again, you know, in a film? You know, is Halloween will ever be a film again? And the answer for that, in my opinion, is yes, because Michael is the Frankenstein of this generation, in my opinion. He is, you know, just this iconic slasher now, and he's a cash cow. So I definitely think that we're going to definitely get more Michael Myers. And, you know, with this TV series, we don't have a lot of info on it. I would want to say that Michael's going to be involved in this. I'm just saying. Heard rumors about, you know, it just being a Halloween 3 TV series. Like I said, none of this is confirmed. We don't know nothing. But the thing we only know is that Miramax is attached to this, and we're getting a TV series. But to get into what I think they should do, is almost like the only choice they have, to be honest, unless they get this writer that can change every Halloween, you know, fans' mind. Now, with me particular, I think to just clean it all up and just start over would definitely help, because we know Laurie and Michael's story now. We know the story with him and Loomis and everything. Jamie Lee is not coming back to Halloween and things like that. So it's two things you can do with this. You can simply just do what Rob Zombie did and get another Laurie casted or another Loomis casted and just tell your story from your angle. You can do that. I don't know how people will feel about that. I mean, we've seen it done before. Some people like Rob Zombie's Halloween. I like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2007. I like it, but the second one is just, you know, it's not something that I can keep watching. But to kind of push forward, I feel that what if we get another Halloween film, just a whole reboot, just its own timeline, and be honest, just start its own timeline, start its own journey into the franchise with just completely new characters, like no Laurie, no like possibly Loomis, maybe get some hat tips to those characters or something like that. Just a whole new story for the character Michael Myers. You can involve Sam Hain, that type of shit in it. You can go any route you want, some sinister shit, whatever you want. Just a whole new story, a breath of fresh air. Give us some young blood, you know, in this franchise. If you decide to start over, give us some new characters. Maybe we can get some characters that's like, you know, Rachel and Allison and Jamie Lloyd, just some young characters, and maybe we just pick one specific final girl that we think and bounce back and forth with Michael, just like similar to Lori or something like that. Just maybe Michael's going after a family, maybe he's going after a family or something. But in the beginning, still keep the roots. What I mean by roots is how he did that to his sister Judith, and we kind of found out what type of person we're dealing with. Do something similar to that, or maybe we can keep that in there. Like maybe we could keep like some highlighted, aspect to the story in the new reboot. This is just me talking. Something I think that would be cool. Just keep some highlighted aspects, like him taking out his sister. Maybe something switched around. Maybe he has a big brother or something like that, or he kills his parents. I think that I was like last night, that would be crazy to be honest. Like I'm so serious. Like to see a new Halloween, but with just no, just same plot, no same story, no same characters. Like we literally go in this movie not knowing what the hell is going on, but Michael Myers. This is a Michael Myers movie. Um, you could have it surrounding like Haddonfield High, like a high school, similar to how like Scream is, but don't have it like just that cheesy feel. Just have like a Halloween feeling movie, similar to how Linda, Annie, and Lori was. But we knew they went to high school. We knew they had stories, with the Ben Tramer guy and everything, but we never got involved in it for real, for real. I mean, we got involved in Allison, Dave and Vicky, their little high school life at points, but something like that, but still had a boogeyman out there. And don't have him get captured. I think that'll be cool too, not to have Michael get captured. Say if they do keep that same footing where he takes out someone in his family and he they pull the mask off like Michael, maybe they switch that up. Maybe it's something where Michael actually just leaves as a kid. He just went out there and he did stuff on his own as a kid. We don't have to see none of that. Maybe we just get a little quick time jump. Maybe they could talk about it a little bit. And yeah, that would be crazy because it will almost make it a little scarier. I think them doing it like this will make things potentially more scarier, knowing that Michael was that young and he decided to go off on his own after he took somebody out in his family. Maybe we could still get like a reminiscent shot of him how just staring into space, or just have him walk out the house. And things like that. You can even kind of pull like a Halloween Ends, how he lived in the cave. You can pull something like that very lightly. Maybe after he's doing all this and he's out in Haddonfield, as the time goes by, we get this time jump. His parents ends up growing old, passing away or something, but the house still stands. And then it makes sense why Michael wants to go home, because now he can go back home. The house is now abandoned. It is now the house they call the Boogeyman's house, the Myers house, like Tommy Doyle was telling Lori. And he lives there. He's in and out the house in the basement. He's still doorman upstairs or some shit, looking out the window. This is just crazy. Talking about this actually gives me the chills. It gives me excited because just talking about it, it's already something new. Me just saying it out loud, and it already makes me kind of feel like, damn, this would be crazy. It'll be actually scary for real, just having him like, damn, he grew by himself as a kid into this killer, and now he wants to go back home. And maybe once he's at home or whatever, he's looking out, similar to the scene with Lori and Tommy when she drops the keys off at the old Myers place. Maybe he's still doing that type of shit, like looking out the window, doormat and stuff. Maybe the high school just let out, people are walking home with their books and shit. That's another hat tip to the original. And he's looking, he sees like maybe a specific female or a specific group of people, teens, and he's looking, and maybe we start having interactions with him bumping into these teens, and they're looking at him and things like, they're like, hey, how Annie's like, hey, jerk, speed kills, like that type of stuff. And it leads up to something similar to 78. And look, that quick, we already have a new story. I'm pretty sure we're going to already be investing in whoever he lays his eyes on and decides to follow up with and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure got to cast someone that's very unique and stands out. But me just talking about this out loud already has me like, that would be crazy, because it's the same blueprint for real. It's just they're basically erasing our minds, if that makes sense. I know you guys are not going to like this what I'm about to say, but almost like a new generation Halloween. But don't just put anything together. Have a director behind it that cares about it, like Ty West and people like that really will care about it and stuff. I've seen it done numerous of times where they go back into the 80s, like Black Phone and X and stuff like that. I'm not saying that this has to be taking place in those times of age, but it could happen. You could go back and have a movie taking place in the 80s and stuff like that and leading up to modern day. Hell, you can do half and half. You could do half 80s and then kind of skip back up into modern day. You can do that, or you can have it just taking place along the lines like in 1981's Halloween 2. Me personally, I will have the shit kick off when it kicks off in like the 70s or the 80s, and then we get a time jump where kids are in high school, and now Michael's like this myth of the town. He's the boogeyman, and he basically is out there. He goes back home after all these years because his parents ended up growing old and passing away. He goes back to his childhood home, and he stands in the window and he kind of looks out. He's creepy. You hear the breathing back and forth over the shoulder shots and shit like that. And then you could have a character in there that's similar to Loomis, an older guy or something like that. But I was really thinking about that last night. I've never thought about that for real. Like, yeah, it's easy to go recast Laurie Strode or Dr. Loomis or Annie and all of them and have just new faces in it. And I will watch that. I'm not gonna separate. I will be happy with that too. Long as it's just done right by someone who cares about the franchise, I will be happy with that. Just seeing someone else's take on what they think Michael Myers is or what the story could have been. That's always exciting to me. But I've never seen anyone do this, and it could still work, and it's a fresh start. And you ain't gotta piggyback off John Carpenter. Just respect that man and his his decisions he made in the past. Don't ever take away from Michael as a character. Just respect him as that being his baby or whatever. But just do your own thing. I think I would like to see that. I don't know, how you guys feel in the comments, but let me know. Seriously, what do you think? Do you think like a whole new restart with a fresh timeline could work? Basically a fresh reboot with just different characters, like just different names. You might have an Abby, or you might have a Timothy or some shit, or names just go on, a Victoria, just different names. And now we are already invested in these names by the end of the first film. That's the new beginning of a franchise, the Halloween franchise. What do you all think? Comment down below. But unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want you guys to hit me up on my social medias at ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY_ on TikTok, Brandon on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter. And yeah, you are right there where it says subscribe. Next to it, click join and become a member of the channel. I want you all to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace. Until next time.